Good morning, UPB Option Millionaires.com, February 5th, 2015. The stock futures were crumbling near the close yesterday and after the bell. And look at a reversal we've seen. We're up almost 0.8%, almost 1% off the lows OTL. A strong move here would bring the highs we saw 10 trading sessions ago into focus. And then ultimately, if we could look at this chart, I brought this up. We have a nice wedge forming here. We're hitting higher lows and lower highs, and we're consolidating here for I believe is going to be a sharp move to the upside to new record highs. We'll see what happens here. Of course, the Greece news continues to flow out like it has over the last 4 years. It's getting a little tiresome, and you know what? If you look at the marketplace, it's already kind of pricing this in. So if we can get some sort of solution to this, I think that's going to help send stock prices to new record highs. Crude oil, which was rallying last week, a sharp rally, has since started to pull back. We're getting a little recovery today. Is this a relief rally, or is this something more constructive that's going to lead to higher prices down the road? That remains to be seen. The U.S. dollar is pulling back a little bit as oil rallies this morning. Let's see if the U.S. dollar, to me, it looks like we're going to continue to the upside for the U.S. dollar. The bond market continues to sell off. If you look at TLT, after hitting record highs, it's been pulling back. Look for a move up to 140. I was talking about this even before the year started back in December. Individual names continue to work. Disney got the calls on Monday. The $92 calls were a mere 94 cents. Oh my goodness. To have that time back. Yesterday, after the earnings report, market opened and Disney soared significantly over the 101 level, making those calls significant return. It was a great day in the chat room at optionmillionaires.com. Look at this gap up as Disney hit new all-time record highs. Look at this chart, just significant gains here, a big candle, and analysts were upgrading the stock recently this week to 120. So we'll see how far this rally continues. You look individual names reporting earnings after the bell tonight. Yelp, which has really been stuck here at support. We could be looking at a sharp move to the upside. We have GoPro after the bell. GoPro, heavily shorted name, down over 4% yesterday. Again, same thing. I'm looking for a move up to 70. But again, I'm going to hedge myself for the potential, the possibility of a move to the downside. Don't want to get too greedy. LinkedIn, great earnings trade in the past. Look for a move possibly up to record highs. It's certainly within the realm of possibility here. We're at support. Look for a move over 250, but the option is going to be a little pricey. We have Buffalo Wild Wings just off of new all-time highs at the 186 level. I don't know why that chart's not coming up. Expedia.com is reporting earnings as well, and that's not coming up either. Just take my word for it, okay? Chart looks pretty bullish. Pandora was up big yesterday. They report earnings off support here as well. We could look for a move possibly back over 20. We have former Coinstar, Outer Wall, which has declined significantly heading into 2015. Are we going to fill this gap? This earnings report might lead to that. But if you look here over the last 2 years on a daily chart, this almost looks like some sort of head and shoulders pattern. And you can actually draw a trend line across. Oh, we already have one there that's broken. And you can draw a trend line right there. Look, this is former resistance, now acting as support. We break through that. That would bring about the 52.50 level into focus. We're at 62, almost 50. So I'd be looking for some puts here. Let's see, some other names. We have Twitter. Got the Twitter calls to 38.50. So we're a little expensive, almost $2. And look at this. I drew this chart at the start of the year. We're at support. We're heading up to this trend line. We break through that. I'm telling you it's going to be on. This could be another earnings report like we saw last summer when we moved from the almost a 40 up to the 50 range. We also had the previous earnings report bring us from 50 down into the low 40s and ultimately down to the mid 30s. Some other names that I'm looking at today, FEY, a big security breach at Anthem. I've been talking about this, was one of my stocks to watch heading into 2015. I'm loving this up to the over $45 level. I am hoping we get a pullback at the open. Right now we're at 35.10. It closed at 34.51. So we're up 60 cents, which would be an almost 2% rally here so far to start the trading session. Hopefully we get a little bit of pullback, and I'll be looking for next week's calls because I think there's a good chance of it breaking over $40. Wynn Resorts earning report brought the stock down yesterday. It is coming back to support. I think this name is still going to head up to 190. Macau, the revenue has really been getting clobbered there, and same with Las Vegas Sands. I think both of them are going to break back up, at least to retrace some of their recent losses. How about Caterpillar? I talked about this one. It rallied 3% 2 days ago, and then yesterday was down 2%. I'd like to see it get back up to 85 to fill this gap before continued downside. Remember, back in December it was over $100. I said it was probably the last time we're going to see it over 100 for a while, and I still maintain that view. I do think, though, at some point, once it breaks below 80, it's going to come all the way back into the mid-90s before a final descent comes in. Let's look at the bond market, which is selling off after hitting record highs recently last week, pulling back. It looks supported about the 130 level, and bond selling off is going to be bullish for stocks. So keep an eye on the bond market. VXX is something else to watch if stocks continue to rally. VXX is probably going to dip back under 30, so that might be a nice long-term put trade. Okay, UPB here, optionmillionaires.com. We've got earnings reports tonight. LinkedIn, Yelp, GoPro, Twitter, Buffalo Wild Wings, Expedia, Pandora, Outerwall, and a host of others. It's just a really strong ending to the week. We had Disney calls working out nicely. I'm actually in some Yahoo calls, which have worked out miserably. I am not the perfect trader, as we've gapped down out of this beautiful flag, but I'm expecting this gap to get filled at some point. We'll see if that happens. I'm in some $45 calls. I don't know. Right now at about 6 cents. The 6 cents, and we'll see if that those options will come into play. I mean, we only got 2 trading sessions left for this week, so we need something of a minor miracle. All right, UPB. I'll see you in the chat room. Everyone have a great trading session. We'll see what kind of volatility we get, and if this Greece debacle gets resolved at some point. Goodbye.